A very good afternoon to all. Welcome to class 12th economics, and the chapter which we are now doing is human capital formation. I'm starting the chapter human capital formation. This is a very general chapter because somewhere it is also one of the current challenge which we are facing in Indian economy, that is human capital formation. But how it is the current challenge, that we will just come to know about, that why it is considered that human capital is a current challenge in Indian economy. So before knowing that why it is a current challenge, we must know the meaning of human capital first, that what is actually the meaning of human capital. When we say that what is a human capital, then I should tell you that human capital means whenever the people of the nation, the human beings, are having the skills, ability, education, and knowledge, this is known as human capital. Which means in an economy, if a person possess if a person possess skills, ability, education, and knowledge, then it is known as human capital. So human capital is basically when a human being is having skills to perform the task, knowledge, and education, it becomes human capital from the human being. In our economy, there are many human beings, but we have lack of human capital. I think now you must be getting the difference of human being and human capital, right? In our economy, in our country, we have a lot of human beings, but we have lack of human capital, which means people are there, but we require the skilled people, we require the able people, we require the educated and knowledgeable people. We lack that. That is why it is a current challenge in our economy, that we have a lot of population, but when it comes to the human capital, that how much people are creative, how much people are having ability to perform a task, how many people are educated, how many people are experienced, how many are trained, we lack those people. That's why we are studying that there should be human capital formation era in our economy, which means we have to make the people, or we have to make the human being a human capital. And that can be possible, that can be only and only possible if the government is spending money on education, if a government is spending money on health. Because if a person is educated and is able to perform the task, but if his health is not good, agar uski health अच्छी नहीं है, then definitely it is not a human capital. So you have to just see to the point that human capital is about getting the skills, ability, education, and knowledge into a concerned individual, so that it work well for the society, and it becomes from human being to human capital of the nation. Now we can say that professionals are human capital of our country. Like there are doctors, there are nurses, there are teachers, there are professors, there are engineers, there are big business professionals. So they all are the human capital of the nation. They all are the human capital of the nation. And if we lack the human capital, or if any economy lack human capital, definitely in that case, the economy will not be able to survive in the long term, or the economy will not be able to earn handsome amount. Why? Because there is a lack of human capital. Why we are concerned that our scientists should be there in our economy? They should not be migrating themselves to other country. Why we say that the doctors must be there in our own economy? The doctors must not migrate to the other countries, but they are migrating. They are migrating because they are getting less employment opportunities in their own country, India. but they are getting a lot of job opportunities in America or in other outside countries. So they are migrating themselves there, right? So we have to definitely see to it that we have to form human capital in our own economy, because if we will form human capital in our own economy, then definitely in that case we will be able to make our economy better and better always. I hope you people are now clear with the term human capital and how it is just different from human being. एक है just human being and एक है human capital. So I think now you can make a difference between just a human being and human capital and why it is important for the economy. Please tell me if it is clear in the chat box so that I'll just move to the next question. Now, the next question arises is the difference between the physical capital and human capital. You know, every economy may have these two types of capitals, physical capital and human capital. Now, the question arises, what is physical capital and what is human capital? When we say physical capital, means the capital which we can see, which we can touch, that is the physical capital of the nation. That is the physical capital of the nation. So that is ultimately the physical capital. For example, our economy, our country is having, suppose, buildings. Our economy is having some trucks, some vehicles, buses, computers, bridges, industries. All these are dams. All these are the physical capital of the nation. These are the physical capital of the nation. But when we talk about the human capital, for example, if we are having doctors, we are having the professionals, we are having some professors, we are having some nurses, we are having some scientists, all those engineers, all these are the human capital. So if physical capital will be there and if no human capital is there, then don't you think that physical capital will not be of any use? Physical capital will not be of any use if we are not going to have a human capital there. अगर एक बस है, एक कंप्यूटर है, एक इंडस्ट्री है, स्कूल है, human physical capital is there, but no human capital is there, then what is the use of that physical capital? What is the use of that physical capital? Which means उसको use कौन करेगा? So we require both physical capital as well as human capital. And if human capital will be there, then definitely with the human capital, because they people will be expert professionals, they will try to innovate new things. They will try to bring new technologies in the nation. So both are very, very important, physical capital as well as human capital. Physical capital means the physical goods which we can see and which are tangible in nature. But human capital is ultimately the service being provided by or the consultancy being provided by the people or the human being of the nation, which is not that tangible, right? Now, let us see the difference of physical capital as well as human capital. That what is the difference of physical capital and human capital? So very first point, you can see that physical capital is basically man-made means of production. है ना? Physical capital, like we are talking about dams, we are talking about transport, we are talking about locomotives, we are talking about trains, we are talking about school buildings, we are talking about offices, we are talking about other physical goods. So ultimately it is all man-made means of production. But human capital, it is about the skill, ability, education and knowledge which is being possessed by a person or by people. Which means if I am professional, I am possessing the skills, ability, education, knowledge, then I am the human capital of the nation. Then physical capital are basically tangible, which we can see and definitely can be sold out in the market. But human capital are intangible, because this is the consultancy service, which is ultimately the intangible, and that cannot be sold. That cannot be sold in the market. Only services can be provided. Then physical capital, it is more mobile between countries. Mobile means movement. Movement is possible. Like we people are, buying a lot of defense equipments from Russia. तेजस खरीदा हमने रशिया से, उसके अलावा बहुत सारे हमने फायर जेट प्लेन्स वगैरह खरीदे इस साल भी. अभी पीछे अभी आई थिंक 2 months बैक राजनाथ सिंह जो हमारे हैं, ही वेंट टू द रशिया फॉर मेकिंग अ डील on various jet planes. So that is more mobile between the countries. Physical capital, each country, you know, they can just have a contract and it can be in a movement from one country to other. But when we talk about human capital, that is less mobile. अब हमारी कंट्री में इतने सारे डॉक्टर्स हैं, सारे तो नहीं जाते ना बाहर. हमारी कंट्रीज में इतने सारे साइंटिस्ट हैं, सारे थोड़ी ना नासा में जाके काम करने लग जाते हैं. So that means we can say that physical capital is basically more mobile between the countries, but human capital is not that much mobile. Movement is less. Now physical capital can be separated from the owner. आज मेरे पास ownership है, कल नहीं है. So physical capital can be separated from the owner, but human capital cannot be separated, because if I am having the skills and knowledge, those skills, I am possessing those skills, that knowledge, that experience, that is inside me, that cannot be made separated from myself, right? So we can say that physical capital can be separated from the owner, whereas the human capital cannot be separated from the owner. And you know, human capital is physical capital is basically so it basically, physical capital basically depreciates. Physical capital basically depreciates, because if I am talking about automobile, so over a passage of time, when you use particular commodity, it gets depreciated over and over period of time. But when we talk about the other one, that is the human capital, that never depreciates. कैसे लगेगी depreciation? If I am having more experience, तो experience से तो definitely मेरी efficiency level और increase होगा, ना कि कम होगा. So human capital पे depreciation नहीं लगती, but physical capital पे depreciation charge होती है. All right. Now let us talk about the topic, that is human capital formation. That what do you mean by human capital formation? Now what will be human capital formation? Human capital formation मतलब बनाना, human capital, which means it is the steps taken for the development of abilities, skill and knowledge among the people of a country. Education, training and healthcare contributes to human capital formation. That means जब भी human beings को, individual को, लोगों को education provide की जाती है, training provide की जा रही है, healthcare facilities provide की जा रही है, skills provide किए जा रहे हैं, we are into human capital formation, which means we are then building human capital formation for our country. And you know, that human capital will definitely work more efficiently, and they will help us to get new things. For example, just look at the picture. Very first picture on the left hand side, you can see a boat full of so many people. अगर suppose human capital हो, trained लोग हो, engineers हो, scientists हो, professionals हो, don't you think they will innovate, or they will introduce a new concept where you don't require the conventional methods, where you will be getting the new technology, advanced technology based system, where on the there would not be any risky venture like this boat you can see, right? So that is all about the importance of human capital. Now this till this question we have to do from this chapter, and this is the question is, what are the sources of human capital formation? What are the sources of human capital formation? Sources का यहाँ पे मतलब है how human capital will be formed. कैसे ह्यूमन कैपिटल फॉर्म होगी इकोनॉमी के अंदर, क्या करें ऐसा कि ह्यूमन कैपिटल फॉर्म हो? द वेरी फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज एजुकेशन. You should educate people, because if people will be educated, they will work more efficiently. If they will work more efficiently, there will not be any wastage of resource, and definitely they will work according to the new methods, new technology which is actually required in our nation. So just look at the picture. You can see two people. One is the educated farmer and one is the uneducated farmer. The uneducated farmer is not able, because he is not having the skills, he is not having the education, he is not having the knowledge, experience, so he is not working with proper efficiency. He is unable to work efficiently. He is doing more manual work but less technical work, which results in more hard work but less productivity, right? But on the other hand, when we have an educated farmer, he will be using the new technology as well, like he is using the tractors or thrashers, having proper knowledge about the irrigation facilities, having proper knowledge and skills about how to sow the HYV seeds, and ultimately is the productivity is just increasing day by day. So education is the very first point which we require for human capital formation, which means if we want to form human capital in our nation, then definitely we should go for the education first. Education should be there. Then an educated person definitely earn higher income. He enjoys good social status also. An educated man contributes more to production process, and his efficiency and productivity will definitely be high. And educated people actually contribute towards the development of science and technology also. Like I told you, if they are educated, they will be just innovative and introducing new points in the economy which are actually very much required, and they will have better knowledge about investment opportunities also, and they may become entrepreneurs as well. So ultimately education is required. Ultimately I'll say that education is actually required, right? So if you are investing on education, human capital will be formed in the economy. Then secondly, you have to invest on the health, that is expenditure on health. If a person is educated, is able, but his health doesn't allow, definitely he will not work efficiently. Now see the picture. The one who is healthy, whose immune system is good, he is ready to work in every situation. And the one who is weak, whose immune is not good, who is not having a good health, then definitely he requires or he needs leave frequently from the organization. So in that case, we should definitely say, if you want that there should be human capital formation in the country, people should be educated, people should have ability to do the task, people should be professional, their health should also allow. So definitely government needs to spend a lot of money on health also. As you can see in the abroad mein kya hota hai, in many countries like America mein or Canada mein, the education and the health is almost free. The education and the health is almost free because they know its importance. They know if they want to have more human capital formation in their economy, then they have to improvise the health and education of various people, of their country people. So as well as with the case of education, health is also required at a proper way, right? Now next is about health. Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being, and not merely the absence of disease of or infirmity. So basically, a healthy person always contributes good in the economy because he will be definitely performing well. His efficiency level of performing the task will be good. So in that case, a definite point will be there that the efficiency level will be good, GDP will rise in the economy. So a healthy person will be regular to his work. क्यों हम बोलते हैं कि ह्यूमन कैपिटल के लिए एक पर्सन को हेल्दी होना चाहिए? Because a healthy person will be regular to his work. He will not take much leave from the work, right? Efficiency and productivity in work will be like more good. And a healthy person can be creative also. He will be creative and he will be performing the job in a positive, with a positive attitude, right? A healthy person earns higher income and leads a good standard of living also. So definitely a standard of living will also increase for a healthy person. He will be taking an unhealthy person is a burden to the society. Society needs to spend a lot of money on him, whereas a healthy person is a basically blessing to the society because he will be definitely performing the work efficiently and effectively. So health awareness and supply of safe drinking water will enhance the health edge condition of the society, and ultimately it will help to perform the human capital formation also. Now the next point, on the job training. You can form the human capital by providing the on the job training also, which means there should be a proper training method given to the people, because if training will be given to people, definitely they will perform the job more in a better way. Like organizations should provide on the job training to their employees in order to keep them updated. The firm itself can give training to its employees, and the workers can be sent outside also for the training. So a proper training should be given. A proper training should be given to professionals If a proper training is given to professionals, if they will be working professionally, then definitely in that case they will be having a good impact and they will be doing the work efficiently, because a good training will help workers to come in contact with the new development in technology. Like if they will be trained, in that case they will be doing the work very efficiently and they will be using the technology, latest technology, and it sharpens the skills of the workers. It will make them more experienced, skillful, and when skill increases, the efficiency level automatically increases. And training enables the new appointed employees to acquire practical knowledge about the methods of production, which helps them in performing the task. And training also motivates the employees and develops a good work culture, positive attitude among people, that they people are able to perform the task. Now the fourth point comes, that human capital can be formed by expenditure on migration. Migration means when you move from one place to another in search of job or good job opportunities. People migrate in search of jobs and other economic opportunities. There is a large scale migration from rural to urban areas. Technically qualified people migrate to other countries. लोग दूसरी countries में भी चले जाते हैं. And you know, people earn higher income in the migrated lands. They make additions to the human capital to the migrated land. होता क्या है? Like so many scientists, Indian scientists have now migrated to NASA. Many doctors of India which studied in India, got skills in India, but now they're working in America. होता क्या है? That they people create the human capital of the migrated country. They people create the human capital of the migrated country instead of human capital of the same nation. So it should be stopped. Government should do something like, people should stop migration to other countries or nations. People should be placed there in their own country only, so that the professionals or human capital is not migrated to other countries. So expenditure on migration is also a source of human capital formation. गवर्नमेंट को पैसा खर्च करना चाहिए अपनी इकोनॉमी को बेटर करने के लिए, अपने यहाँ पर ये एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज बनाने के लिए, so that people should not migrate to other countries. Then fifth and last is information, expenditure on information. Now information about labor market and educational institution is necessary to take decision regarding investment in human capital. आप खुद सोचो, गवर्नमेंट जो है अवेयर करती है लोगों को, that people should be aware of various things. Why? Because government knows that if information will not be provided to people, they will not be experienced, they will not know about that particular thing, and they will not perform well, they will not work well. So definitely information is being provided, right? So information जो provide की जाती है, information इसीलिए provide की जाती है properly कि अगर information अच्छे से provide हो जाएगी लोगों तक, awareness अगर लोगों तक चली जाएगी किसी particular चीज की, तो लोगों को उसके बारे में पता चल जाएगा. If a technology is there and if people know about the technology, so government has to incur a lot of expenditure on advertisement or promotion of that technology, that people should know about the technology, that technology is available in the market, and then accordingly they are performing the job. So this is all about the topic of this chapter that you have to do. You have to just do what is human capital, how human capital is different from physical capital, so difference between physical capital and human capital, then what is human capital formation and what are the sources of human capital formation. Sources means कैसे हम लोग अपनी इकोनॉमी में ह्यूमन कैपिटल को इंक्रीज कर सकते हैं, एजुकेशन के थ्रू, हेल्थ के थ्रू, थ्रू ऑन द जॉब ट्रेनिंग, थ्रू एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन माइग्रेशन एंड थ्रू एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन इंफॉर्मेशन. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. This question is clear to all.